Hello, hello,
Hey,
hello.
how are you, Tal?
Good, 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 good. Long time no seen. I think that
Yes, yes.
we made
What's
just a
it?
short, I said that we just made a short video like a couple of weeks ago, and then you went for a vacation. Then like a long time we didn't make any videos. I think this is going to be very interesting. I'm very excited. I think that both of us had a lot of things to do in the last half a year or something like that. But we are coming back, and we are coming back much more stronger than in the past. And we are going to show you one of the best platforms there are in the market, in
Yeah,
growth hacking, in automation.
exactly. So, as we are guessing, all of you already know that Jarvee officially closed the website. This is what happened, I think, by already last year, maybe. But that's okay. As you know, we are never giving up and we're always finding another solutions. So today we are going to introduce to you a new platform called Sue Social. This social media platform, not social media platform, so social media automation platform. Have a look how it looks like. It's actually a solution for any type of growth on Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, YouTube, Quora, Tumblr, Reddit, even TikTok. They actually find a solution for that. It's
Which
working
is
very,
pretty rare in the automation world. Like I think there is maybe one other platform that does TikTok automation.
yes, exactly. It's super, super hard. And also Instagram, as you know, to get a reliable solution, it's not easy. So today we're going to focus about Instagram automation, about the follow unfollow classic method using social. We're going to show you how it's working, what you need to do, how to implement that, and how to get the best results. 1 second. Yes, so what we want to start with before we get into the practical part and how it looks like and the risks and everything, I want to explain who this video is for and what you can actually achieve with that. So this video is for business owners who are looking to grow their social media platforms, Instagram at the moment, and to get more leads and more sales. It's for also social media agencies owners who want to add another service for their agency, or they want to know more, more tools. It's also for people who want to start an online business and get into the blue ocean world. As you know, automation industry, it's not easy, it's really hard, but the people who really know how to get the results with it, going to get a lot of success and also money. Now, before we... Yes, sorry.
Exactly like that. If you know what you're doing marketing, getting leads should not be very expensive. You can reduce it like by a lot. This is actually how me and Adi build our own businesses. So this is the place that we are coming from. And again, like you can generate leads for, it will not be free, but it will be as close as possible to free in the marketing world. You can generate like thousands or even more leads like per month. And the cool part that using like social, you can just multiply it. So if you find like the right funnel, you can just do it 10 times. You can just do it 100 times. You can do it 10,000 times, and you will get multiply the leads. Like it will all be like a little bit less than before, but it will probably be much like be multiplied. So this is how you can create a lot of traffic and you can boom your business.
Exactly. Now let's speak about a bit about the risks before we show you the technical part. So any automation tool, as you know, you have the risk of getting the account shadow banned and getting banned. This is the truth. We cannot make it pink or something like that. This is like how it's working. Now, if you're using the best settings and if you are learning this into the details, and if you know what you're doing, so the chance to get blocked or disabled are lower. But of course, if you don't know what you're doing and you're just adding accounts and you're just, trying to get fast money, so it can risk and you can get a like blocked account and disabled. So we highly recommend from this video, this is the basic, learn the basic, test it out with yourself, with your own accounts, and just give it some time. Do not take clients or don't add accounts you care about before you really know what you're doing. The risks are here. We cannot take responsibility for that. No social, no Instagram. We don't have the responsibility about all of that. So keep it in your mind. If you don't want to take any risks, so just exit this video. It's okay. We won't be mad, right, Tal? That's okay. If they want to exit.
More than that, if you hate risk, don't. There is no like point to keep going forward. But like if you don't want to take any risk, you can still do that. All you need to do is just to use like and not client's account, and just like create the account from scratch, by the account to grow account from zero, and then like again you're risking something which is okay to risk. And again, like this is a general like wide advice. Always manage your risk. If you're running your clients accounts, always sign them up. They understand the risk. They know that what it can be end up. It's very, very important. Like always manage your risk with any business. It doesn't matter if you're building a building, if you're doing automation, or you're managing like I don't know, like a toy store. Always manage your risks. And again, like if you want zero risk, like again, there is no like thing zero risk, but if you want as close as zero risk, you can always like buy an avatar or create an avatar from scratch. It will be much harder since it's like a new account, so it will probably die more easily. But if you did it properly, based on the guides that there are in the groups, and also guides that we published in the past in Dr. Jarvee channel, you can again, you can do it with avatar, and then like you are like controlling the risk to only to the profile that you created. So always manage your risks.
Exactly. So in this video, we're going to speak about Instagram growth and about the best settings. We already tested it, and we're going to share it with you, so you can basically pretty much copy, change it a bit, and paste. And TikTok, it's another video. We'll have the link on the description, so you can also check the TikTok video. Super cool. And let's start. So what you need in order to grow the accounts on Social, if we speak about Instagram accounts. A few things. First of all, Social, it's working only on Windows based. So you have two options. One, if you have a Windows PC, you can run it on your own PC. This is less recommended. The most recommended option is to get a VPS. VPS, it's like virtual private server, where you can actually rent a private dedicated computer for yourself. And then you can install Social on this server, run it 24/7. You don't need to pay for the electricity, and people from your team from all around the world can log into the VPS. We highly recommend to work with Etner. They are great. You also have the affiliate link we shared with €20 discount. So this is cool. They have very, very, very strong servers over here. You can see, you can get, if you have only a few accounts for the start, you can get like the cheapest one. You have even like a server action over here. We mostly not get the action, we get it from like dedicated. You can start with the AX line with cheaper server. And if you have over like 100 plus accounts, main accounts, you can also get the EX line. You can see how much cores you have and the CPU and the gigabyte. It's pretty strong one. So this is good. Of course, not a must, but it's what we recommend. Scrapers. So this part is very, very, very important. If you don't take notes over here, so there will be bad things can happen. So this is why we want to make it very detailed and to explain it. Tal, what is the scrapers? Maybe you can explain it better.
So again, the scrapers, the idea of them is like doing the dirty work in general, if we can summarize it to one sentence. But what scrapers does, it does the dirty work for you. What it does is actually doing the scrape. What happened, let's say that you want to your main account, that you have like a Nike, you're running a campaign for Nike, and you want to take followers from Adidas. So you want only followers that has like a profile photo, for example, because you want to make sure that all the accounts that you're following like are real accounts of real people. You don't want to waste like a follow on profile that does not have a profile photo. So to make sure that you will know like that you're only following, can you go a little bit up? So So if you want like to find like the profile that you have, profile photo, what you need to do is to go to all the profiles, search them, check if they have a profile photo, and only then send to the main profile to follow. So again, the idea is like to make the scrape or like the checking of the account if it's existing, if it has enough followers. For example, another filter that you can put, like, I want to follow only a profile that has more than 1,000 followers because I want to catch influencers. So to get to profile that has 1,000 followers, you need to check, let's say, 1,000 profiles to get 10 profiles that has more than 1,000 followers. So you don't want the main account to go and to check, like to open account A, account B, account C, account D, like this time 1,000 times. You want only like the accounts that are already being filtered and which decided which are influencers to be followed by the main account. So this is the job of the scraper, to say you're going to the main account, you're not relevant. So this is what the scraper does. Again, it does the hard work and the dirty work of the main account. So the main account will not do like unnecessary actions and will keep your account safe.
You're good with that. Thank you. As for where to get the scrapers and the ratio, so we would recommend to work between 5 to 10 scrapers per each main account. So let's say my main account is Adidas. I want to grow Adidas. It's my client. So it's one account, one main account. I will need between 5 to 10 scrapers. It really depends on how many actions you're going to do and how many filters you're going to add. If you want only accounts to follow and to engage with accounts that have profile image, X amount of followers, X amount of posts, and so on. And so where to get these kind of scrapers? We will recommend to work with two of the following provider. You have Dark Store. This is like the cheapest and the best providers. It's kind of like a market, you can call that, of many different providers. Have a look. It's also very good pricing, but it's working only with crypto. So if you don't have crypto, we have another solution for you. And just to show you, okay. Yes, so what you can get from here, if you want, as you can see, the pricing, it's pretty low. You don't need like account with followers and stuff like that. You can get just account actually have confirmed and verified with email and phone. So that's good enough. And then you can see
because it's cheap, like don't be cheap where it's already been cheap.
Correct. Yes, you can see that these two top speeds pretty good ones, but it's only with crypto again. So let's say you don't have crypto, no worries, it's okay. You have another solution. It's called Project One. You can also get it like from 10 cents. You don't need scrapers with emails and stuff like that, which cost you more. It's only just to do the dirty work, as Tal mentioned. So just get this one. It's okay over here.
And by the way, if you can go back, if you like the no risk approach to do it from account, you can actually buy an account from here, and like the bit more expensive one, let's say $1 plus or $0.75, the one on the top right. And then you can just warm it up to the situation, let's say in 2 weeks, and then you can use it as a main account.
That's also correct, yes. Or as a child, if you like. As for the proxy, what do you think about the proxy? Tal, do we really need a proxy, or maybe we can skip that?
So yes, proxies are essential to running automation, unless you're running only one account and you're running on your PC. Since like on your home, what you have is like an IP, like a regular home IP. So like it will be safe to one account. You can run like one account on your own computer without using a proxy, and then you can save some money. But if you like to do it for more than one account, or you're running on a server, when you're like, for example, buying a server has IP which called data center, which are the least safest proxies or IPs that you can get. Instagram will know definitely like, why are you running like 100 or 200 follows per day if you're using like a data center IP, which is a business IP. And if you're running, also the same example, if you're running on your own computer, so if you're running on your computer, you're using like a residential IP or residential proxy, because it's your like home address. This is like what people mean when they say like a residential IP. So the problem with the residential IP, why you cannot use it for more than one, since like every house, like it doesn't matter if you're at UK or United States or India, everyone is getting one IP per house. It's called NAT. And then what happens that if you're running like 3 accounts on the same IP, they will know that the 3 accounts are owning by the same person. They will say, okay, it's not only that the account is following 100 people per day, like he has 3 profiles that does it all day. They're doing it all the time. This is pretty weird. And then what we recommend to use is like to use a mobile proxy, 5G or 4G proxy. So you can keep it safe. You can use up to 10 profiles, and you can use up to 10 profiles, by the way, if we are taking it like from the residential, an iPhone or a phone, when it gets the IP, it's called the protocol called 3G NAT, which means that between 100 to 10,000 people are getting the same IP at the same time. And then what happens like with the same IP that you're getting, like they cannot identify you like as one person, because like at the same time that you're using the same IP, another 10,000 people are using the same. So they cannot connect the account that it's owned by Adi, by Tal, because they will not know to differentiate, and then you can keep your account safer.
Yes, it's super important, this stuff. I think on the past it was like it wasn't so important and serious, but today you need to look as much as human as you can. If not, you will get in trouble. So that's why it's so important. As you can see, this is the social proxy, the website of Tal. We are also using them. I think they are like pretty much the best. You can see you can even buy it for multiple locations in the States, in Europe. You can buy it for days, for weeks, for months. That's their new cool system. And we even get for you the discount code of Dr. Jarvee 15, so you can also use the code. As for scrapers, by the way, you can use for maximum 100 scrapers, you can put them on 1, 4, or 5G proxy. Really important to rotate this proxy. And we would highly recommend to do that. Although the proxy would have rotation in general as a normal IP, but still you want to rotate even faster just because it's scraping the data. For the main account, you don't need to rotate the proxy, it's okay. And of course, you need a social account. It starts with almost $40 a month for 10 social accounts. Keep in mind the 10 social accounts is including the scrapers in these 2 packages, okay? So let's say if you have, I don't know, like 50 main accounts, for example, you will need at least a ratio of 1 to 5. So 50 main accounts, 5 scrapers per each. We speak about 250 scrapers. So on this package, on the 70 social accounts, they are giving you unlimited scrapers. So this is for bigger amount of main accounts. Of course, it's also not only for Instagram. You can also use only the 10 social accounts for Twitter or for TikTok or for whatever you like. Just the scrapers doesn't count over here. And have a look, they give you 5 days free trial. Okay, if you want just to try it and to play with that, so you can just start, join now, choose one of the package, you can put your email, and as you can see, no need to put any kind of credit card and PayPal and so on. So that's pretty nice. Okay, so let's start with the technical part. I don't know how many people will going to stay with us. I will stay on the video when we start with the technical part. Some people just leaving. It's not that fun, guys. We know it's technically, but what can we do? We're showing you the top secrets and how to really do that. Someone needs to do this job. So this is so social. This is how it looks like. As you can see, you have over here the dashboard, the social profile, tools, many stuff. You can actually do everything from here. You can even do the automation. You can schedule content. You can get likes. You can use kind of a pod and a lot of stuff. But today we're going to speak about Instagram. So have a look. You're going to the social profile, what you need to do on the start. So the first thing we're going to do is to do the settings part. Then we're going to implement it on your own account. What we recommend to do after you download the tool, go to the settings, go to the social platforms, go to Instagram. and check the following boxes. Sorry, let's go up as we checked. Keep phone number and after phone verification, disable automatic API relogin. Very important, this one, like we did over here. And let's put some focus about these three settings with the scraper tag. So over here, basically what we are telling to social, it's for any kind of scraping action and syncing any kind of dangerous action, use accounts with the tag scraper. It's super important. Do not skip that. Just do it like we did it over here. This is how you keep your main accounts, that's mean Adidas or your own account, safe without any issues. So this is just what you need to do over here. And you have more settings over here, but I think for now it's okay, right, Tal? Or you think to add more? Because there are so many stuff over here, like we can speak about.
I think that also what's important to talk about stop accounts. So make sure that if you're running the scrapers, you always need to click on stop all accounts if more than X accounts get disabled. So you want to exclude the scrapers because they are going to die, because this is their purpose in life, to die in the end.
Exactly, like they are the risk. RAP, how many scrapers I think over 100,000 or more, right? Like in total. So this is also like something it will recommend to do over here. Then you need to go to the social profiles, and what we recommend to do is to, if let's say you want to start with one account, so the first package of the 10 accounts will be good for you. So you need to go and click on add profile of Instagram, and this is how it will looks like. You can give it over here the name. We call this demo account. You can give it a demo account or the name of the account you want to run. Then over here, you need to put the proxy settings. It's over here, the IP, the port, the username, the password. And then here you put your username and password as well. Then do not click on verify yet, just scroll down and have a look on the settings we did over here. So these settings, it's for the main account, it's kind of like API limits. It's very important to use this kind of settings in order to minimize the look of the bot and to be much more human and to not make too many actions too fast and too many API calls. What is API in general? If you don't know, it's like anything you do on the app. It's like the interface, the connection between any kind of human to what it does on the app. So if you click something, if you scroll, if you follow someone, it's an API. It can take a few calls, one call, it depends what is the action. And this is super important just to put settings like that or similar to this one. So it will look extremely human and you don't do too many API calls. If you do too many, you can risk your account with blocks and issues. And this is, by the way, one method to work with Jarvee on the API. Some people working on the browser, like on Chrome, some people working with partial API, with a browser in addition, and so on, but we are working like that. So you can just copy and paste the settings. Over here as well, we are checking both of these boxes over here to keep the proxies. And this is the API full emulation. What does it mean? If you are asking, it means it's kind of like emulate fully on like not 100%, but in the highest percent of what's going on the real app. This is also a good one, and this is also a good one.
Like the enable like human interaction, what it means that, for example, instead of like scrolling like crazy like that, it will scroll sometime from the side. If it will type, sometime it will type like in different pace, like it will act more as a human than as a bot. This is like the idea behind it.
Exactly. Yes, and after you're doing that, you can click on verify. Then what you need to do, you need to start with the scrapers. So what we actually created for you is a scrapers sheet in Excel over here. So you can also add the scrapers manually and just do it like that, one by one, but that can take a lot of time. So what we made for you is just like kind of like a Google Sheet one, where you can just use that.
It's more to say that sometimes it's okay at least to try once to do it manually, so you will know how it is.
You're right.
Always experiment with all the tools, check it out, read everything. We're just showing you just some of the things, and you need to experiment with that as much as possible, so it will be the best that you can be. And again, like from video to video, you will become better. And we're actually going to show you also all our channels, so you can follow us up and subscribe, and have like make your knowledge like a little bit bigger and to know more, so you'll get best in doing social media automation.
Yes, exactly. And just to show you how the scrapers looks like, so as you can see over here, it's just a blank account, no followers, no following anything. That's why you don't care about it, and even if it will get disabled, it's okay. So as you can see over here, this is the Google Sheets. What you can do, you can just copy and paste it. Sorry, I'm not signing now, but you can just copy and paste, like duplicate it. Then you can paste the usernames and the password of the scrapers you have, and then you can just add the tag of the scraper, don't forget that. Then you download it as a CSV. This is very important. You go to social, to the social profiles, add profile, import accounts, and then you can just add this kind of CSV, like here. And then of the profile will be on pending, it will be red. What you need to do, you need to go to the one of them, no matter which one, to add a proxy. If you're going to have multiple, so it's important, do not use the same proxy of the main account, just use another proxy. If you only have like 5 or 6 scrapers, it's okay without the proxy, but if you have many, so do use a proxy, because then they will all get burned.
And again, it's important to understand if you're using it on your own PC with a residential IP or using it on a server. Like you need to understand the differentiations between one and the other.
Yes, it's also very important. As you can see over here, the settings we are using with the API, we have much more limits. The reason over here is just to try to make the scraper live longer. So we're trying to make them stay more alive and to be more active. So this is the settings we are doing, just so they don't do too many API. Sorry.
The idea is actually really simple of what we are saying right now. The idea of putting the delay is like, let's say that you want to find again like 10 profiles which have above 1,000 followers. So to get that, you need to go at least, let's say, 1,000 profiles, because there are not a lot of profiles with 1,000 followers. So you need to go over 1,000 profiles to find the influencers out of them. So to do that, like you will need to go over 1,000 profile. Each of the profile that it goes into, it's called an API call. There are two kinds. There is the error API call, and there is like a succeed API call. A succeed is when you open the page and everything went well. An error API call is when you went to the page and then Instagram detects something unusual, and then it brought you back like there was an error. So if there is an error, you want to limit it as much as possible. And again, like you don't need to understand like all the everything that I'm saying, but you need to understand the idea in general. Like the idea is like it will not like go like 10,000 profiles one after the other, because then the scraper will just die every second. You will need every second to add a scraper. The idea of the delay is like every, let's say, 30, like every 30 or 105 API calls that you did, you want the accounts to rest between 200 to 400 minutes, so it will not die immediately.
Exactly. That's 100%. So you can just copy the settings as we did it over here. You can change a bit the numbers. And over here, we're also checking both of these boxes just about the proxy connection. And pretty much like that, there is no other box we checked over here, just this one. And after you did it for one scraper account, before you click on verify, what you can do, you can just copy the settings. Like let's say you did all of the numbers over here and you have another 5 or 9 scrapers. You can just copy over here, click on copy settings, add the tag scraper. So make sure you're copying to the right one, select all, make sure you're not checking this box. This is like kind of like the user agent, the device you're using. So just make sure to uncheck this box, click OK, and then all of the settings will be the same for all of the scrapers. Now, just to show you how it looks like, some of them on delayed, that means they reach to the API calls, and then they need to do a break.
And make sure not to copy the settings to the main account.
Yes, very important, guys. Do not do that. It's not fun. After you did that, you finish with the scrapers, you finish with the global settings, you do need to go to the main account and set up the follow unfollow. So as you can see, there are many tools over here: story view, mute people, delete, comments, contact, and so on. We're going to focus about the follow unfollow. This is the main method to grow the account. You can see over here the settings we did, about an average of 10 followers an hour. And we are doing it, starting it very slowly with maximum 150 followers a day, but we started from 10 to 20 a day. Every day we're increasing it with 2 to 5 until we reach 150 a day. Why? If you're going to start very high, it's like on a car, right? Like let's say you start on like 150, 170, the chance to do a car accident is higher. But if you start slowly, and then you keep the right limits, you should go to the destination and arrive safely. So this is what we recommend to do very slowly, by the way. It's not, imagine like humanly you can even do 100 like much faster, yeah, but we are doing it slowly in purpose. We also recommend to use the contextual action. It's just to make it more humanly, in a human way. And the filters, that's also a good question about it. What do you think about the filter style? Should we use the filters? Yes, no, maybe?
So as the scraper guy here, it depends, and depends on what your goals is. If you want to get like only influencers, of course you need to use the filters, but it also, let's go back to what we said in the beginning, the more filters that you will add, the more scrapers that you will need. Why? Because if you, for example, want to follow only profiles that have above 1,000 followers, you will need to search for 1,000 profiles to find 10. If you want to find like 10 profiles with 10 followers, you will probably no need to check more than 13 profiles to find profiles that have more than 10 followers, because again, like this is most common, most of the people has more than 10 followers. So like you will need to check less, and because you need to check less, less API calls will be, and less scrapers will die. And if you're doing the opposite, like you're searching for 1,000 followers, you're searching for only people that has like a French name and only people that posted in the last 3 days, you will need much more scraper, much more of them will die, and will need, your cost will be bigger, again, which is okay, depends on your goal. If your goal is to get to a specific influencers, you can calculate it in your costs and like the meanings of it. And the most important part when you're doing it, we will get to it in a minute, is like the follow source. So like you need to check, like you will not need to filter a lot of profiles if you choose the right follow source. If you'll get to the right follow source, like for example, if you're targeting if you're growing a dog account and you're targeting a cat account, less people will follow you. You need to filter more than like if you'll take from another dog account. And we also added you like a document on how to choose the right source.
Yes, we made something very cool. We're going to show you this in a few minutes. Yes, so as Tal mentioned, it's just the main question of your clients and your goals. You can put a lot of filters, but just keep in mind you will need more API calls from the scrapers and more work. So if you have clients which are picky, maybe it's better to add more filters, like for example, followers following on specific range, account with profile image. You can also skip the followers, make sure the user posted. But if it's not that a picky client, so you can wait with that. You can always optimize it, of course, and change it, as you can see, just with a button. And if you click something over here, it's saved. This is actually very cool in social. You don't need to click save. It's saved, right, already. So this is nice. As for the female, male, and both and all, just to explain a bit over here. So if you want only males, it will be good to choose male. If you want female, what is the difference between both and all? All, it's not filter the names at all. Both, it's filter the names. So here you have the English language. And if, let's say, you want to change that, let's say you want French people. So you need to go to software settings, show male and female names, and you need to add French and put over here male names and female names. If you need any specific names of a list of names, you can comment on YouTube or send us a message. We have many lists and we can share it with you. Then you can put it over here. Yes, and also very important, as Tal mentioned in the past, it's these settings over here to suspend the tool and stop it when you get any type of block. Sometimes you can get a session block or action block just because you reach type of limit. So it's just going to stop that, and then you can check the account and see what's happened. As for actions after follow, you can use view stories, you can use likes, you can do all of this kind of stuff. We don't really use it that much. We just focus on the follow and follow, and we can see very good results. And as for the follow source, yes, we have a cool guide for you with a lot of tips. Just our recommendation is to use follow followers of target account and follow followers of your own followers if you have high quality of followers. So that's also very good. And of the selection of the followers of the target account, try to choose accounts with maximum, let's say, 50K followers, 40K followers. Don't go to the bigger account. Don't use verified account, which you cannot scrape with the social. And pretty much like that. Over here on the result, you will see the actions you did. As you can see, you will see if the account follow you back. We just did a test on Adidas followers, just an example. And this is for the follow. As for the unfollow, very simple. We are going to unfollow the users between after 3 to 4 days after the follow action. We're going to do operation every 30, 60 minutes, unfollow 4 to 11 people, seconds, maximum almost 1 minute. This is an average of less than 9 unfollows an hour, so pretty safe. Start the same, 10 to 20, increase it by 4 to 7 until we reach 150.
It's really important. Yeah, it's really important to do things slow, since like you don't want to start at the beginning and then like to get to Instagram full power. You want to be as human as possible.
Yes, exactly. The contexts are also very good to use just to look a bit more human. Delay unfollow for followers, it's not a must if you want just to wait with unfollowing your followers for 3 days. As for your current followings before you use social, so if you want to make sure it won't unfollow anyone, it shouldn't unfollow people before social, but you can just import all of your following, and then it will add all of the usernames over here. Keep in mind it can take some time, depends how many following you have, and it's also going to use the scrapers. And the same over here to suspend when temporarily blocked, so it won't do the action. Now, before we finish, just a few things we made especially for you, and a few bonus because you watched the video until here. So guys, you deserve it. Also, the dog over here, she's very happy for you. You have the scrapers sheet, you can copy and paste it, you can duplicate it and add your scrapers faster. You have English best names. We created a list with the best names to edit on Jarvee and social story. You can go to the settings and software settings, change it to English, and just over here, so you can change the names to the names we gave you. Very good ones, we promised. And the best of the best, it's a special guide we made. This is actually written in blood. Seriously. So this is a lot of tips and tricks how to get the best sourcing and how to choose the best accounts to follow their followers. If you want to get the best results, 1,000 plus.
It's a must to read this guide. It's a must before starting anything. Like you want to be effective. You want for every 100 follows that you're doing to get 30 followers back. You don't want to get like 2 followers back.
Exactly. Yes, it's super important. And before we finish, just to again to remember this, there's risks with automation. We just give you the basic and the settings we are using. Feel free to test it out. Do not add any important accounts before you're playing and you're sure about yourself. There is a lot of things to learn. We cannot teach everything in this session. So if you want to learn more, just join our public group and channel. We have the Black Hat Growth. It's a free website. You can just learn, nothing to pay, and join over here and to ask questions and to learn. You have the groups we have, the Instagram automation, Instagram and marketing automation. This one as well. So feel free to join. You will have the links below. You have the Telegram group as well, where you can actually also join and ask questions and get a lot of updates. And that's it, our next video. Oh, and if you want this link, so we also add it on the description. I think the next video, Tal, will be about ChatGPT and social.
We have to do TikTok first, and then we are going to do a video about ChatGPT, how to do it together, and maybe we can do like a TikTok one and also ChatGPT on Instagram.
Cool. So let's do that.
Subscribe, follow us if you want more content, and to get the best that you can be on social media automation.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. She's also very thankful for you. And thank you. Bye-bye. See you in the next one.
Bye-bye.